But you know what's interesting is Columbus Short, the actor, he actually did an interview recently, and he said Puffy called him up one night at 2 a.m. I was like, hey, man, I want to meet with you. I saw this. I want to meet with you about some business.
Right.
I'm at my hotel room right now. I was like, oh, okay, who over there right now? No, it's just me. And he said his wife was looking at him crazy and whatever
started
else.
Going like, I knew he was gay. I knew it. Right.
Now that to me seemed perfectly normal. In fact, I will absolutely, if some executive called me up who's in the same business as me.
Middle of the night. I'm here by myself.
Come to the
hotel.
I want to come talk business.
But you won't sell a jacket in a fucking open space with people around. But you go to a nigga's hotel by yourself at night in his room.
What could happen to me?
What could happen?
What, you gonna hold me down and rape me?
Hey, you don't know who else is in that room. Maybe they can hold you down and rape you.
Okay. Chances are they wouldn't. Because chances are I would probably tell someone and then I'd file a police report afterwards. And that would turn into a whole thing. Seriously. I could go into any man's hotel room in the middle of the night.
So you go into a man's hotel room in the middle of the night and the most you're going to do if some shit pop off is tell.
Yes. Well, I'm trying to fight him off, obviously. But I don't think that Puffy and his group of goons would hold down Columbus Short and anally rape him.
I guarantee you, if you would have went to Puffy's room that night, he would have took your jacket and fucked you in it.
Okay, so you mean to tell me, if Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, called you up at 2 a.m. and said, Aries, how you doing? I'm working on a new Disney movie, and I think you might be right for the role. Come to the Beverly Hills Hotel at 2 a.m. and I want to have a conversation with you about it. You would say, no, you might rape me.
No, I'm not answering the phone at 2 a.m.
For Bob Iger?
I'm in some pussy. Fuck Bob Iger.
Fuck that pussy. You mean to tell me you're not going to star in a Disney movie?
Nah,
because you don't want to go over there?
I don't need Disney.
Now, I can understand why a woman wouldn't do it.
Nigga, call me during regular hours. Why are you calling me at 2 a.m?
Listen, I understand why a woman wouldn't go into a man's room at 2 a.m. because that man might overpower her and rape her. But a man can't overpower me and rape me.
So I get a call from my agent. He says, Dre wants to meet you. I never met Dre, but I called Dre up. He goes, hey, man, I'm a fan. I want to fucks with you. So I go over to Dre's crib, which I've never been to before. Dre's a billionaire. Motherfucker bought his house, I think, in 2019, 45 mil. It's worth 75 mil. I ain't never seen no shit like this.
Brentwood?
Yeah. Fucking beautiful. I know how powerful Dre is. I know how influential he is. Mm-hmm. If this motherfucker called me at 2 a.m. and said, come by the crib, I'm not doing that. One, I know he wouldn't do that. But two, nigga, we'll talk tomorrow during business hours. So no, there's no reason for that. Unless y'all are like related somehow, like, yo, this is my brother for real by blood. Okay, but nah, man. Why? That doesn't even seem natural.
Look, geniuses, powerful people, they have their own schedules. They function off inspiration, and sometimes they get inspired in the middle of the night or in the middle of the morning, in the middle of the afternoon. I wake up at 3, 4 a.m. sometimes. I'll send texts out. Sometimes people respond. Sometimes people won't.
A text is very different from come at my house to my house where I'm by myself at 2 a.m.
And what do you think would happen?
That's not the point.
What do you think would have happened?
That's not the
point.
What
was the worst case situation?
What needs to happen at 2 a.m. that can't happen at 7 a.m. over some eggs and bacon?
It's called opportunity. I would absolutely go
opportunity to get your ass popped.
Or maybe an opportunity to actually get into a dope business situation.
At 2 a.m? Let
me tell you, I remember, right? Now, me and Exhibit are not on the best of terms last I checked, but I remember he talked about the reason why he got so close to Dre and why they worked together so much is that whenever Dre hit him, he would pick up the phone and head straight over to the studio. Yo, I need a verse. Oh, I need a, okay, I'm there.
But that's music, though. That's music.
Music, acting, comedy, what's the difference? It's all entertainment.
No, when creative juices hit you, when they hit you, and sometimes you're inspired, that's one thing to go, yo, let's lay down this track. But other than doing something creatively, why am I coming to your house at 2 a.m? What is there to do at 2 a.m. other than something creative?
You don't think business is creative?
No.
Business is completely creative.
No, business is technical.
No.
We can iron out technicalities and sign documents.
Business ideas. Yeah, so the contract is technical, but the idea itself is creative. You don't think Beats by Dre, the headphones aren't creative? They totally switched the way headphones looked and everything else like that, turned into a $1 billion company that they sold to Apple. It's creativity.
Do you read any of the comments off any of your clips?
All the time. And I don't care. I don't care. Read this one?
Read this. You wildin', yo.
Listen, man. If Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk call me at any point and said, come over to my house or my hotel room, I am there. I am talking to them in my bathrobe as I'm getting into my car and driving over to wherever they would like and hear what they have to say. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to rape me. I don't think they're going to hold me down and put their penis in my face.
I can't imagine in a million years.
And if that happened, and if I came over and they're like, "Really, we just wanted to fuck you," I'd be like, "No, not my thing. Sorry." And I'll go back in my car and I'll go home. That's what would happen, and I'd have a great story the next day.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
I don't believe you.
Well, you think I would have sex with them?
Hey, brother, you there? You there?
I'm straight, man. Listen, you could. I've had my gay rumors just like everyone else.
I can't imagine.
At no point anyone come forward and say I had sex with Vlad and I'm a man.
Why a Jeff Bezos or anybody on that level would deem it necessary or appropriate to hit you at 2 o'clock in the morning.
That was the time that they're hitting me, and by 9 a.m. the next morning, they may have changed their mind. That's how I look at it. By 9 a.m. the next morning, they may have changed their mind. They're going to go with someone else. Opportunity, man, when it comes to business, 90% is showing up. The people who are successful, they all show up when other people don't. They are there at work early and they show up. When I look at all the success in my life, it's because I showed up. It's not because something just fell in my lap and, it was just easy.
Some of them might want you to show up and then show out.
Yeah, well, but I wouldn't do that.
And if you don't, then what's the blame for that? Because you showed up.
Okay, so what's the harm? I showed up. They try to come on to me. I say I'm not interested. I get back in my car and I go home. Oh well, and I have a story the next day.
Okay, well maybe from a business standpoint, maybe from your
look at the upside versus the downside. It's not even close.
Wait a minute, but from where your position is, that might not hurt you. There are some people who want you to show up based on what their business is and their association with that business. That if they don't show out, they get hurt. Their careers get hurt. Everybody might not have the angle that you have to where you can show up and if you go, hey, that ain't my thing, you don't have to worry. Some people have to worry.
I mean, they may think they have to worry, but ultimately, at the end of the day, now look, I can understand if I'm a woman and this man might actually physically overpower me and try to rape me. I get that. Which in that case, you could always bring someone or, bring a weapon with you or whatever else.
But listen, I'm sure there have been plenty of situations where a man wasn't gonna go, yo, I'm gonna rape this bitch if she say no. But if she say no, there's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
And people like that, Harvey Weinstein are in jail for doing that type of shit.
Okay, now, finally. But what about the women whose careers have suffered prior to him going to jail?
Bill Cosby, he's out of jail, but there is a lot of evidence that he did some sideways shit when he came to women.
Okay, so there you go. So maybe it's best not to show up in certain situations.
Maybe it's, now, if I showed up and Dr. Dre offered me a drink, I may not drink it. You know what I'm saying? I may not drink that drink.
Why? So your fear kicks in at a drink, not you going there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You're coming in and you should have a certain level of apprehension going into a strange environment. Period. Me going to a hip hop event, I bring armed security with me.
No,
because I don't know what's going to happen.
You're talking about showing up to somebody's house or a hotel room at 2 a.m.
Right. No problem.
There's no apprehension there.
Dre hit me up.
Well, hold up.
2 a.m.
There's no apprehension.
2 a.m.
But your apprehension comes with a drink.
Well, because at that point you could be incapacitated, right?
So you're kind of thinking of a way to save your booty.
A little bit.
Okay.
But I'm not going in there thinking like he's definitely going to
Don't you think if he were to call you over at that time in the morning where that's an inconvenience to you, the most he could do is be hospitable?
Okay, look.
Well, answer my question. The most he could do, he's going, yo, this man could have been going to sleep. He could have been doing something else. But I drugged him out of his house. So for him to come into my place, stop being so ready to answer and listen.
I'm listening.
So I made him come to my house at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's tired. He's got other shit to do. He left his family, left his wife. The most I could do is offer the man a drink. Mm-hmm. He's being hospitable. But that you're worried about.
Well, because then you might be drugged, right? Then you think, okay, what's the worst that'll happen? The worst that'll happen is a bunch of dudes jump out the fucking closet, hold me down while I get raped, right? Or killed. But
you don't contemplate any of that before you leave your house?
Well, you think about it, but you don't stop it from actually going to a potential important business meeting.
But if he hands you a drink, now you gotta...
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. If you offer me some cocaine, I'd be like, no, I'm good.
Cocaine ain't a beverage.
But it could be, you don't know what the hell's in that powder. It could be anything.
You don't know what the hell's waiting for you in that house.
I think I can handle myself with a group of men. I don't think that I'm attracted enough where people will risk going to prison for the rest of their lives to try to take Vlad's booty. I don't think my booty's that valuable.
You never know who somebody knows, man. You never know.
Vlad got that good booty. I'll go to prison for that booty.
Might be 5 niggas that want to taste Russian ass. Diddy, do us a favor. Get us Vlad.